Well, best morning, friends, folks. Today it is April 6, 2023. With no further ado, let's dive right into Sarah Young's lesson today. Bring me the sacrifice of thanksgiving. Take nothing for granted, not even the rising of the sun. Before Satan tempted Eve in the Garden of Eden, thankfulness was as natural as breathing. Satan's temptation involved pointing Eve to the one thing that was forbidden her. The garden was filled with luscious, desirable fruits. But Eve focused on the one fruit she couldn't have rather than being thankful for the many good things freely available. This negative focus darkened her mind, and she succumbed to temptation. When you focus on what you don't have or on situations that displease you, your mind also becomes darkened. You take for granted life, salvation, sunshine, flowers, and countless other gifts from me. You look for what is wrong and refuse to enjoy life until that is fixed. When you approach me with thanksgiving, the light of my presence pours into you, transforming you through and through. Walk in the light with me by practicing the disciple of thanksgiving. On my pastor sheet, it perfectly reflects this by telling us we must be thankful in all situations, especially when things are coming against you. You know, when my wife, the heaviest thing that I've ever faced in my life was my wife crossing the stars 5 something in the morning, a little bit before 6. When I grabbed her hand at Comanche, or I had the Indian hospital here. So I blazed up there. I was there at 6 in the morning. I grabbed her hand was warm, but she was gone, and I knew it. But I thank the Lord for taking her, even though I still hurt today. It's the most painful experience I've ever been through in my life. But I was thankful because Annie don't have to suffer no more. She was the greatest fighter I've ever seen, y'all. She was fighting cancers and just a lot of infirmities coming against her. It was multiple things that came upon her. She was supposed to die that January. She went all the way to December, y'all. So I was thankful I don't have to see her no more suffer. My poor woman, she was in the hospital from here to Wichita Falls. Every Indian hospital you could think of, every little county hospital you could think of, and I'm thankful that she went home because I don't have to see her suffer no more. Rejoice this day, be glad in it, because don't boast about tomorrow. You don't know what today holds. My wife, she put her heart back in the Lord's hands. She knew there was a future. She knew there was a hope. You know, where it says, train up a child in the way they should go, they will not depart from it. Love suffers long and endures everything. Love puts itself last and puts everybody first. It is not irritable. It does not think of itself, but it overlooks all wrongs. This is how my wife left this world. Well, hey, hell, when did I? Andy, Lena, Rihanna, Marjorie, Bearshield Hunter, longest name ever. But I'm thankful the Lord took her home. I'm thankful, Takwa, Dad, I met your dad, Fred. You know, this man's dad, he just crossed the stars not that long ago. So it's a good man. When I first gave my heart to the Lord, January 5th, 2008, later on in that year, I went to, they called it the Christian Crusade out here at the Comanche place, Washtaker Hall. And I met him and his wife, and they went up there and they spoke a good word. I don't remember who ran that service, but I remember being a total rookie in the word and just looking and learning. And I even got to go testify. And I gave a word that, you know, they call it jailhouse religion, but I found the Lord in jail, and you can develop a relationship right then and there. It took the extreme circumstance of going to prison for me to straighten out. I didn't have to go to prison. I did 6 months in 2 different counties, and I paid about, I don't know, man, $10,000 in fines, restitution, Rule 8s, all that stuff, you know. Lesson learned, because I remember joking around, and I was thankful. Lord, you gave me something to do, and he led me to this job. I said, you know what, I can take care of these Rule 8s. Now I can take care of rent, I can take care of lights, I can take care of my wife, and I can take care of, hopefully we can have 4 kids. That was the plan. Well, I got 2 daughters out of it before she crossed the stars. But it is what it is. And be thankful, man. Be thankful in the most adverse circumstances, because our present troubles are small. They will not last very long. You believe in the Lord, you got his sword of the Spirit and shield of victory. And it'll quench every fire, dart, and arrow, just like it says in his promise. Trust me on that, but more importantly, trust him in that. I'm just giving you a word of my little testimony, but you got your own to fulfill. You're blessed in your journey.